didn't break. The system broke you. And here's what nobody will tell you inside that company. Burnout isn't the result of working too hard. It was designed quietly, systematically, with your productivity metrics attached. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you changes how you operate at work, permanently. Picture Monday morning. Your inbox has 43 unread messages, most from Sunday. Your Slack shows 11 notifications before your coffee is cold. There's a meeting at 9, a deliverable by noon, a quick call at 2 that's never quick. And somewhere between all of that, you're supposed to do actual work. You feel it, that low-grade pressure, that constant background noise in your chest. You think it's you. You think you just need to manage your time better. You don't. Here's the first thing you need to understand. Burnout is not a personal failure. It is an environmental output. When a system constantly demands more than it restores, the human inside that system deteriorates. Not because they're weak, because physics. A battery that never charges doesn't run longer. It just dies faster. Adam had been a senior analyst for 6 years at a mid-sized consulting firm. He was good. He was reliable. He was the person managers went to when things needed to get done. And so, they went to him constantly. New project. His name. Tight deadline. His name. Someone quit. His name. He said yes every time. Not because he was naive, because the culture made saying no feel like career suicide. So he kept going. Longer hours. Earlier mornings. Weekends that weren't really weekends. He called it dedication. The company called it performance. Neither of them called it what it actually was. Extraction. And here is where the pattern starts to get interesting. Because Adam wasn't alone. 3 of his colleagues showed the same symptoms. Chronic fatigue, emotional flatness, a strange inability to feel anything about work, good or bad. Clinical psychology has a name for this stage. Depersonalization. The phase where the mind begins to detach from the job, just to survive the job. And most organizations, they don't notice, or they don't care. They just hire someone new, and run the same process again. If this is starting to sound familiar, if you've been watching this channel and thinking clearly about your work environment instead of just reacting to it, then subscribe. This channel is built for professionals who want structural clarity, not motivation, not hustle culture, just the truth about how modern work actually operates, and how to navigate it with your mind intact. Let's talk about why this keeps happening. Burnout isn't a bug in the corporate system. It is a predictable output of how most corporate systems are structured. Think about it. Organizations are measured on output, revenue, efficiency, growth. People inside them are the variables used to hit those numbers. The incentive is never to protect your energy. The incentive is to extract it. Unlimited ambiguity in your role means you can always be asked to do more. Always on communication tools mean work has no boundary, physical or psychological. Performance reviews reward visible effort over sustainable output. This isn't a coincidence. These structures compound. They layer on top of each other. And over time, the person inside the system, you, gets ground down. Not because you failed, because the design succeeded. Epictetus wrote something that corporate culture will never put on a motivational poster. He said, "Some things are in our control, and some things are not. The workload volume, not in your control. Your manager's demands, not in your control. The pace of the company, not in your control. But where you place your attention, that is yours. How you respond to pressure, that is yours. What you agree to, and what you don't, that is yours." Stoicism was never about becoming cold. It was about becoming precise, about spending your energy only where it has actual return, and withdrawing it, calmly, deliberately, from the places that consume without giving back. That is not weakness. That is the protocol. So what does this look like in practice? First, audit your attention before you audit your time. Track every major context switch in a single workday. Every interruption, every meeting that could have been an email. You'll find, on average, professionals lose 4 to 5 hours of deep focus per week to unnecessary fragmentation alone. That isn't a time management problem. That is an attention hemorrhage. Second, define your non-negotiables, not your schedule, your cognitive floor, the minimum uninterrupted hours you need per day to do work that actually matters. Protect those hours the same way you protect a client commitment. Third, stop treating availability as performance. Responding instantly to every message signals reactivity, not value. The highest performing professionals in any organization are the ones who respond thoughtfully, not the ones who respond fastest. Fourth, create exit criteria for unsustainable situations, not emotional exits. Logical ones. Decide in advance. At what point does this role stop being viable for my functioning? Then hold that line. Because clarity before pressure is strategy. Clarity under pressure is survival. Adam eventually left that firm. Not dramatically. Not in a breakdown. He left because he ran the numbers. His output per hour had declined by 30% over 18 months. His sleep quality had collapsed. His ability to think at the level he used to, measurably reduced. He didn't need a therapist to tell him what was happening. He needed someone to call it what it was. Structural extraction. And once he named it, he could respond to it. Not with anger, with architecture. A new role. Clearer terms. Fewer commitments. More output per hour than he had ever produced before. The same man. A different system. If this video shifted something for you, if it reframed something you've been feeling but couldn't name, then hit like. It takes 1 second. And it tells me this kind of analysis is worth continuing. And if you're in a situation right now that you're trying to think clearly about, drop it in the comments. Not for advice, just to name it out loud. Sometimes that's the first step. And if you want to keep building this kind of clarity, the cognitive kind, the structural kind, subscribe. Because this channel isn't about feeling better about work. It's about seeing it clearly, and then deciding exactly what to do next. 2 videos are on your screen right now. Both chosen deliberately. Both worth your time. I'll see you in the next briefing.